worked in the
In
camp,
San Salvador, yeah.
in one of
Well, they have ranches.
safety zones. It was really, it was called a refugee camp, but it's inside.
Where
the
did you go to
country.
high school?
So that's inappropriate name, but it was a safety zone sponsored by the Catholic Church, and there were.
Oh, that's right. You were already over.
From time to time, it went down to.
But were you still living in Ixaco?
And
And were you placed there, or did you
Catholic.
seek that out?
well, we knew about it, so we asked if we could serve there. And then we had. We went to the bishop, knowing that people from El Barrio were in the refugee camp with us, and they were returning. So we returned with them, and people in a refugee camp. And so I worked with those people in El Barrio, and when I first came in the refugee camp. And we were with them. And then I remember Nico when he was 14 in the refugee camp.
Provide some oversight.
And there was another whole group coming. A couple of thousand people were leaving a refugee camp in Honduras. And they were going to go to 3 areas back, quote, home, sort of their home areas. And a whole group came to Cocopayo, to Suchitoto. So we were here in place for them to return and rebuild their lives. So we did work with those two communities from the very beginning, El Barrio and the people in the
the government had given them permission to leave the what we call an internal refugee camp or a safety zone, and they had permission to return to their land. They had the legal land title.
A lot of belonging. They had permission, but at every point they
Right. And then when they finally got closed, they said, no, nobody's going past. And finally we're saying, well, the campesinos can go. So we're not letting any internationals, and at that time would have been killing them all and stealing the trucks and materials and food supplies. And I believe something the Spanish priest was the only one allowed to actually.
The youth population.
It went from Huacayo back to the actual community. It was everybody. My mother tried to do a Quaker-style nonviolent sit-down protest, and they were basically physically loaded onto the truck like sacks of corn. The shoulders swung them up, and you talk to the people, Campesino Valentin, that said, we were helpless. The women were crying that seeing these internationals that had been trying to help and be treated.
They were helicoptered out.
From other countries.
There were helicopters as well. There were trucks and helicopters.
So you were already here then, waiting for the people to come? No, you were.
I was already here waiting for the people. I was with these people.
With a month or so later, this was all within
So you weren't allowed
July through.
No, I had permission from the president. We had permission from Duarte. But it took 3 months to get the permission from the military. But then we were sent back 5 times, even though we had the permission. And then we had to report to the military wherever we went. Leaving and when we returned, it was hard. I mean, it was a lot of hard in the sense it was a pain in the neck. They just were trying to make you go through hoops.
So when you give up.
Yeah. And there were lots of military checkpoints on the way in. But by that time we could come and stay. They tried to get rid of us once or twice, but it didn't work. So.
Actually, the parakeets.
Pest history.